Hi again, folks. Thanks for tuning in to my one-man show. I'm your Z-Man, Z Zoltai. Well, for tonight's episode, I have burned some extra hours here in my production studio to put together a variety of video clips, and I think it's appropriate that I name this episode Potpourri, because I'm going to have a little bit of everything. We'll start out with boys high school baseball, regional action, a game played at Gallion High School between Walsh Jesuit, and they'll take on Defiance. And again, that's boys Division II baseball. We'll see highlights of that game. Also, then we'll segue our way into girls high school softball. That's right, the state championship game played at Brookside Park in Ashland. It'll be the Elyria Lady Pioneers taking on the Vikings of North Canton Hoover. After that, high school soccer, girls high school soccer. Both teams from Parma Normandy and Parma Senior will be playing at Byers Field that you'll be watching here tonight, taking on West Geagua and North Royalton respectively. Following that, we'll have a little bit of conversation, Golden Gloves boxing here in the Cleveland area. We'll also see a song from the Olmsted Falls Marching Band and a girl from a write-in off of a postcard. Alyssa Hoax from Parma does her impersonation of a potato bug. It's all coming up next, because One Man Show is loaded into the computer and ready to go. One Man Show starts now. That's still one of the best openings I think you're going to see in Cleveland television anywhere. As far as Houlihan, Big Chuck, any of them, that's a cool, slick open. Thanks to the Smith Brothers Band again for providing the music that we open and close One Man Show with each and every week here on your cable station. You know, a lot of you don't get out much and may never take in a regional high school baseball game. Maybe your team never gets to the regionals. But I'm going to bring regional baseball into your living room here momentarily. And it's Walsh Jesuit High School from the Stowe area against Defiance High School from Northwest Ohio. What's really cool about this game is that you and your kids and any of the players here in the area that watch it are going to get to see how other baseball teams play. Some of the elite teams, how they do it, the nuances that make them great. And maybe it just might help you improve when you play for your own team. Defiance High School defeated the number 1 seed Elyria in their district. They also beat Toledo Central Catholic, Rossford, Wauseon to get to this game, those 4 schools. Now, Walsh Jesuit had to beat Akron North, a surprise over in the Akron district to get to this regional here. They also beat Copley, Akron, Kenmore, and Talmadge to earn the right to play in this regional semifinal game against Defiance High School. Walsh would eventually go on to be state champions, the OHSAA champs in Division II, the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. And a week right after this video was shot for One Man Show, they played in the state title game, defeating Notre Dame Cathedral Latin 3-0. And Walsh finished with an overall record of 31-2, and most importantly, a state championship trophy. Watch now as the Walsh Jesuit Warriors take on Defiance here on One Man Show.
They call a ball! Hey, 2 outs down. Well, put this guy away. Don't mess around with these guys, Lefty. Let's go. What? You said it wanted anything to do with you. We go, Chad.
Oh, by the way,
That was a Walsh Jesuit baseball team that had Chad Rogers and Bobby Simone, two high school greats, and I'm sure they're going to go on to bigger and better things when they get to college. They were seniors when this video was shot. Next, high school softball. It's the state championship game, girls Division I. It really is tops. It can't get any better than this. It's the game from Brookside Park in Ashland, and it featured Elyria against North Canton Hoover, two of some of the best girls softball programs in Ohio as girls softball goes. Now, for Elyria, pitching from the circle will be Megan Bayshak, a tremendous pitcher, an underclassman. You'll see her in and around the area for a couple more years to come, and she'll be going up against the likes of North Canton Hoover hitters such as Jessica Simpson, Allie Lindemann, Jessica Simpson and company, of course, would eventually beat Elyria and win the state title. But nonetheless, it'll be fun to watch the footage here from the game. It's girls high school state championship footage, video from the Division I top game, the state championship, Elyria North Canton Hoover. Next, here on One Man Show.
Also, souvenir programs for the Ohio High School Athletic Association state championships are currently on sale. Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Debbie Warner.
That's what we came up when Rick asked me, Rick says, so we didn't do it Rick environment. We've done that 2 years ago. Brian said the same. Brian was mad at him because he didn't come to visit.
If you're just joining the program, I'm your host, Z Zoltai, and you're watching One Man Show. Tonight is my 60th episode after 4 seasons. And, you know, the really cool thing was recently I was honored with the Cable Television Golden Microphone Award, and that's presented to the best local cable sports programming show or special interest, almost like a PM magazine type format. And this is something I'm really proud of, and it's terrific that all of you on your cable system that tune into One Man Show continue to watch, and it's really something exciting for me to be a part of this and to be able to bring you the things that we do here on One Man Show. Actually, the things I do, because that's why it's called One Man Show. I write it, produce it, tape it, host it, drive many, many miles. In fact, I just kept track of a statistic I thought was interesting. Over 4,000 miles driven in 4 years to be able to put together the shows that we've watched here together on these very same dates and times throughout the years. Earlier on the program, we saw girls high school softball just a moment ago. It was Elyria, North Canton, Hoover. And then before that, we had boys high school baseball. That was Defiance and Walsh Jesuit. And up next, a really special part of the program. We've never had soccer as far as high school goes, or any form really, on One Man Show. Just haven't been able to get everything in. And so tonight, for the first time ever, soccer on One Man Show. Girls high school soccer. That's the best way, I think, to initiate this in. The young ladies who practice so hard. Up next, we're going to see 2 schools from Parma, Normandy and Parma Senior, the Redmen and the Invaders. Parma will take on their opponent as well as Normandy at Byers Field. That'll be the venue for both the soccer matches that are coming up here next. So don't go anywhere. It's girls high school soccer in our next video segment here on One Man Show.
Move it up, Parma. Back. Quick! Quick! now. Get it. Towards step one. Beautiful. Here's Nolan. Nolan's got it.
You helping your dad?
Brittany. Good.
Good hustle, Stephanie. Keep it up.
Give that a good one, Mal. Give that a good one. Amanda, stay right there, Amanda, you take the shot. All the way to the goal, Amanda.
Yes, Amanda! Basically.
That is awesome, dude.
Soccer, played by millions of people every year, from little kids to grown-ups. It's the most played sport on earth, and it's the first time we've had it here on One Man Show. We just saw two teams battle it out, Parma Senior and North Royalton, the Golden Bears. Next, girls high school soccer on One Man Show continues. It'll be the Normandy Invaders against West Geagua, and that game also, as you'll see, being played at Byers Field. Football, as they like to refer to it as. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank many people who put in tireless hours. Guys like Dave Ellard and the Parma system with recreation ball, from little kids all the way up to travel teams. Hey, a tip of the cap here on One Man Show to you, Dave Ellard, for a job well done in that Parma system. Coming up next, Normandy and West Geagua, girls high school soccer on One Man Show.
Come on. Stay. Rock, stay, come on.
up next. I married the radio sound through technology here with some video, and we'll bring that conversation to you. Cleveland Golden Gloves boxing next on One Man Show. I'm your host, Z Zoltai. Don't go anywhere. Boxing's next. Olmsted Falls Marching Band right after that, and Alyssa Hoax does her impersonation of a potato bug.
For tonight's program.
Thank you very much, Tim. On our first segment here with the boxers, we've got Mike Bonner, the assistant trainer at MLK Premier Gymnasium, along with Miko Bonner and Brett Simmons, a couple of young men that are turning into excellent fighters in their own right. Of course, we mentioned at the start of the show, Miko Bonner, 18-6, just starting out, and then Brett Simmons, who joined Tomo and I last year on the boxing show, he now has 100 wins. He's 100 wins against 20 defeats. You hold your hand up there so the people, there you go, so the people in Applebee's can see this young man. But yeah, we're going to talk Golden Gloves boxing here and about a very special event coming up on Saturday night, November the 18th. The Cleveland Golden Gloves versus the Pittsburgh Golden Gloves at Cleveland Brown Stadium. It's called the Brown and Orange Turnpike Boxing Classic. It's the first annual, and it's going to be indoors. After maybe the Ohio State game, there'll be plenty of room to park and easy access. It's not as if you're going to a Browns game with 70,000 people. They're going to hold it indoors. They have a workout facility in the east end of the stadium there, and they're going to have food and refreshments and everything. So it's going to be a good time.
Well, you just stole my very first question as to how an event at Cleveland Brown Stadium was going to be indoors.
Oh, sorry about
that's
that.
cool. So it's going to be in the rec room.
Correct. Yes, they'll have a full-size ring set up, and what will be nice, if you're a boxing fan at all, it'll be very intimate. So there won't be a bad seat in the place. You'll hear the impact of the gloves on the fighters. You'll get
some sweat knocked on you.
You get a little bit of everything probably come on you, certainly. And that's what's nice about boxing. You know, you're not up in the 15th row like at a concert or an NBA game. You're right there watching these athletes go one-on-one.
Now, Tomo, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe I have ever heard the term intimate and boxing used in the same sentence. That's kind of a neat way to set the scene there, Z-Man.
Well, thank you very much. It's also very intimate when you put the leather upside somebody's head.
That is intimate.
That's the kiss of death, baby, right there. Well, let's first lead into some things with Mike Bonner, again, the assistant trainer at MLK Premier Gymnasium. What got you into boxing, and what actually led you to get your son involved? Because we have Miko to your left here tonight at Applebee's.
Well, I used to box myself as an amateur when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it. And my dad never really got behind me, with the boxing. And my son here, he used to watch a lot of the fights with me, when he was a little baby. I used to sit him on my lap, we'd watch a lot of the fights. And when he finally told me he was interested, I got behind him. Like my father didn't do me, pushing through it.
Now, would you say boxing's an intimate sport because it is one athlete against another?
I wouldn't say intimate.
See, I told you. So what term would you use?
I would say it's an independent sport. It teaches kids how to, think under pressure, how to be independent. Because when they're in the ring, the only person they can depend on is themselves and what they've learned.
Now, what weight class did you box?
Same as him, 138.
138.
I'm going to send you to bed now with the bold and brassy sounds of the Olmsted Falls High School Marching Band, the Marching Bulldogs here on One Man Show. And then after that, we'll go to credits with Alyssa Hoax of Parma. And she's going to do her impersonation of a potato bug. Wouldn't it be cool if they had potato bug races? You know how you touch those little buggers and they curl up into a ball? Well, that's what Alyssa Hoax is going to do. Watch how she does a human pretzel into the form of a potato bug, and that'll follow the Olmsted Falls Marching Band. All that here is coming up on the last segment of One Man Show.
my name's Alyssa. I'm from Bethany, and I can turn myself into a potato bug.
You can?
Yeah.
Well, let's show our viewers how you can turn yourself into a potato bug. Oh, ow, ow, that looks like that hurts.
It doesn't. I can do this. I've been doing this for about a couple years now.
So you can turn into a potato bug. Look at that. Oh, let's see you roll around like a potato bug.
I don't think I can.